Hi, Judge.
It's some readings. I'm going to try to get hold of it. Hello, Ms. Almanza.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm going to try to reach Mrs. Gonzalez.
Hello?
Ms. Gonzalez,
Yes, hello, Your Honor.
how are you?
Good, and you?
Good. If you'd raise your right hand.
Sure.
You swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Almanza, you want to go ahead?
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. I filed this writ of reentry yesterday because my client was locked out of her house on Friday.
Friday,
Um,
September 18th?
Friday, excuse me?
September 18th?
Yes.
Okay. What time?
What time? I believe it was in the afternoon, around 4 p.m.
Okay.
And after my client notified me that she had been locked out, I sent an email to the landlord asking for him to provide her with a key. And they stated that they would provide her access to get her belongings, but not to remain in possession.
Okay.
And then, by that time it was 6 p.m. So we waited until Monday to file a writ of reentry.
Okay.
My client, she has a written lease with the landlord. She's a month-to-month tenant. And currently we have another suit pending in this court in relation to a motion to abate proceedings to an eviction that was granted in this court.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, we're going to need some testimony from your client. Do you want to?
Yes, Ms. Gonzalez, can you please state your name?
Can I, what? I'm sorry, can you?
State your name.
Maria Gonzalez,
And where do you live?
19 Escalido.
El Paso, Texas?
Yes, El Paso, Texas, 7991. Sorry.
And who do you lease the property from?
Martin LT, like, I don't remember, like John Martin LT.
Okay. And who is the main agent of the LLC that you deal with?
Chris Claremont.
And what is the date that you entered the written lease?
February of 2019.
Okay. And currently you're a month-to-month tenant?
Yes.
And on September 18 of 2020, were you locked out of the house?
Yes.
Do you remember at what time did you find out?
It was around 4:30. It was a little before 5.
Okay, and how did you become aware that you were locked out?
Well, my son went to go get his shoes for work, and there was somebody in there, and he got scared and he didn't go in. So then I went to the house, and when I went to the house and tried to open the door didn't work, and my control remote garage didn't work either.
Okay. And when you found out, what did you do?
He had posted a note also at the door saying that I had 2 days to, that it's like an abandonment thing, and then that I had 2 days to get a hold of him. If not, they would take that I had abandoned the property. But that notice was posted that same day.
Posted what same day? September 18th?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the notice?
Yes, sir. You want me to read it, please?
Yes, please.
Just give me 1 second.
I also have a copy. I can share the screen.
Oh, great. Yeah, that'd be better.
Okay.
Let me see, can you, are you allowed to do it? Let me see if I think it's open. Let's see. Multiple prints can share. Can try to share it now, see if you can do it.
Okay. Can you see it?
Oh, yes, great, okay. Notice the date of notice, Friday, September 18th, pursuant to the term ban as defined by section 16R3 of the residential lease. This property is hereby determined to have been abandoned. If tenant fails to respond, which will be less than, if tenant fails to respond, which will not be less than 2 days from the date notice fixed, the landlord hearing shall therefore consider the property abandoned. Abandonment occurs when all of the following occur. All occupants have vacated the property in landlord's reasonable judgment. Tenant is breached of the lease by not timely paying rent, and landlord has delivered written notice to tenant by affixing to the inside of the main entry door, or landlord room entry to affixing the outside of the main entry door, stating that landlord considers the property abandoned. Tenant fails to respond to the affixed notice by the time required by the notice, which will not least 2 days from the date of the notice to the board. Okay, okay. And then Ms. Almanza, you contacted them that day, correct?
Yes.
And so did I. I sent them an email as soon as I saw it. And that's when Mr. Martin answered me that he could go by and with him present, like for me to get my belongings.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Almanza. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. So you mentioned, can I stop sharing the screen?
Sure.
Ms. Gonzalez, you mentioned that after you received this notice, you sent them an email saying you hadn't abandoned the property, correct?
Correct.
And then that the landlord stated that he would provide you access, but that you couldn't remain in possession, correct?
Right.
Okay. And then on that day, I mean, remember at what time the landlord had emailed you back?
Well, I emailed him like around 5, and he emailed me maybe like 30 minutes to an hour after that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, no, sorry.
Yeah.
And then, so then Monday, September 21st, you signed the writ of reentry that I filed with the court, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's it, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Gonzalez, I have some questions. What is the issue on the water?
There's been a water leak like almost for a year, and they never could find the leak, but it was like small leaks, like within the house, right? But I would always see like little puddles. They sent
Puddles where?
like there was always a little puddle in my closet, and then there was always like a little puddle next to the stove, and then outside, like in the like random places outside, there was always like little puddles that you could see, like they were like leaking from the wall, you know. So I addressed it from a long time ago. I think I sent you the email or the message. I don't remember the day. I can check the date, but it was from last year that I asked them to fix it, and it never got fixed.
Who pays the water?
And I do.
Okay, so the water's in your name? The service is in your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Then in July, there was a big leak outside, and the water company actually had to go, and they spoke to Mr. Claremont, telling him that he had 4 days to fix the issue. And they asked me, well, they told me to ask them, like when he repaired it, to give the work order so that they could deduct from my bill, because my bill has been like really high. And they never fixed it, and the leak started inside as well. So there was a big puddle of water in the living room, and the living room started molding, the carpet.
Uh-huh.
And well, that's the story. It's been a never-ending leak.
So when is the water off now? When has water been off? Is it turned off now, the water?
Yes, because I owe like $1,200 of water, so I got it disconnected.
When was it disconnected?
It was like a week ago. I don't recall the exact date. I can look for the paperwork. I don't have it at hand right now.
Okay, because it was disconnected because the bills haven't been paid?
Yes, and it was, I haven't had water in the property, like actual running water the whole time since July because,
What does that mean? I haven't had running water. I mean,
yeah,
either you have water or you don't have water. I don't understand that.
well, it's because I have to have, I have to like close it from outside.
You have to what?
I have to close it from outside because if I left it on, it would just keep leaking and leaking inside the house.
So you go to the box and shut it off at the meter box?
Exactly. And every time like we would take a shower, we would turn it on and then turn it back off right away.
And isn't it the landlord's duty to repair the leak?
Yes, sir.
And have they not, they've never repaired it?
No, sir.
Can you actually, do you know where the leak is?
Well, there's the one outside, they put cement over it because the water company is calling them. But the one inside, I don't know exactly where, but it's in the middle of the living room, like under the floor, like under the carpet. I don't know exactly from like where it's coming, but it's coming from under the carpet in the living room.
Okay. And is electricity and gas on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're living there, you were living there until Friday?
Yes, sir.
Who all lives there with you?
My two daughters and me. My son, my 22-year-old, he lives with us too, but he hadn't been here. It was just my 19-year-old daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, and me.
Okay. Wasn't there a gentleman that participated in the hearing with you last time?
Yes, my 22-year-old, yeah, but he wasn't staying with us. At the moment, he went to go take care of my mom.
Your son?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at the last hearing, you said you had made arrangements to move out.
No, remember when you asked me if I had found a place to stay, I told you I had it.
I remember distinctly somebody saying that they had made arrangements to move out.
No, sir. I actually told you that if I left, I would be homeless, and you told me that I had till the 31st to move out, but I didn't have a place to move out to, and that's when I put in the appeal.
No, that's not what the testimony was. But, and then thereafter, then you texted me after the hearing and says, I don't have water in the house since July. This is Maria Gonzalez, and the landlord never did anything to fix the situation. But you didn't mention anything during the hearing about that.
No, because I never, the first hearing, I didn't want to interrupt you. Then the second time, remember that the hearing was changed time. I was told it was at 9, then I was told it was at 10. And when I spoke to you, you told me it was at 9:30. So you just told me right away that I had to find a place to stay, and I told you no. And you said that I had to move out by the 31st.
Okay, that's not what I recall, but never mind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grant the writ of reentry. Ms. Almanza, we will email it to you.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. Okay, we will, then we have a hearing on Thursday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
That's one that's
Yeah, that's one that's. We're good, right? Okay.
No,